record button for posterity's sake.
So that everybody can hear me getting a drink. Nice.
That is true. That is true. Everybody needs to hear AK take himself a big sip. Anyways, with that, we will begin today's TTRPG session. This is technically not D&D. And we are gonna go to a little different music at the start because like that for this. So, to do a short recap, you left the Shattered Plains going to the city of Rathalas. Found out that your honor blade was in the possession of a man named Yilt, who had taken control of the city, killing its former ruler. You freed the second in command of the former ruler and led a bandit rebellion against Yilt, which was inevitably successful. In the process, both Zeno and Asha swore the second ideals of their order. Upon ousting Yilt, you were told that his second in command, a woman by the name of Kiana, who you met in the prison, seems to be a little bit disillusioned with Yilt. Their goals might not be as aligned as you would think. A ship was procured for you, and you set off to the... What was the name of the area again? Greater Hexy, where the Valley of the Nightwatcher lies. This is where you learned that Yilt was going. Along your voyage, you encountered a rather large storm. It came from the west, which was strange. The lightning was red and forked. You fought sky eels. It was very tense. But you managed to survive the storm, although your ship took a rather large amount of damage. You were about halfway on your voyage when your broken ship meandered into the port city of Karnak, which is roughly the halfway point of your voyage between Rathalas and Greater Hexy. As you pulled into the port city, you noticed that it was smoking, partially ruined. Some of the buildings on the western edge of the city have been completely destroyed. And I don't have a map for this, so we're gonna have to... I don't, unfortunately. Alright, it's alright. You pull into the city, worried that it has been completely devastated by this strange storm coming from the west. But you saw people working the docks, working the ports, cleaning up the streets, lifting rubble, assisting the injured. You see a large number of humans. All of your crew, all of the crew of the ship made it through the storm alive, although a number of them took injuries from being thrown around. All of them rush back up on deck. However, Asha, being below deck at the time, noticed that the parishmen, the slave workers of the ship, stayed in the hold for some reason that was unknown to him. But all of the humans came up on deck. It is around this time that you pull into the port city. There are a number of dock workers. You see a number of ruined ships. You can see masts sticking out of the water where ships had sunk in the dock area. And you see a large number of people doing their best to clean all of this up. Some of the docks are broken. But there is one available for you to park your ship at. With the crew relatively healthy, they manage to get the ship docked, and you pull into the port city, the semi-ruined port city of Karnak. Is at this point in time, a dockmaster rushes up to the ship and begins speaking with the captain, which I believe was named Oba. O-B-A. I can check real quick if you are interested. Uba. Ubo. U-B-O. Ubo.
You have a sensitive nose. You can smell my BO from here?
I can, yes. Take a shower,
sorry.
dude. Well, we're D&D players. We all got it. Anyways.
True.
Anyways, is at this point in time, both you, Zeno, you, Asha, and Jahal find yourselves on the deck of the partially ruined ship, which I believe had a name that was not like Greg or something. It was actually a name. The Storm's Jest was the name of the ship. The mast is broken. There is a hole near the front of the deck where Jahal had somehow turned it into dust in order to put out a fire. There is a number of cracks in the side of the ship that were partially restored by Asha. However, given the fact that that relied on Stormlight, these bonds are beginning to break. In the steady waters of a port, it's not being threatened to be drowned out, but in the storm, water was splashing in and stuff. So there's a lot of work to be done in order to get this ship back into working order. Or you are in a port city. So what would you guys like to do?
Do we have the manpower to fix our ship ourselves, or do we need to find help for that?
Roll for me a crafting check, just to kind of see, to sort of look over the damage of the ship and see if you can fix it yourself.
Alrighty.
Fix it, Felix. Come on, fix it, Felix.
Crafting. Here we go. Is there any parascendi nearby?
There's two in the deck, or there's two in the hold of the ship. Yes. 14. You look over the damage. You could, the manpower that exists. I mean, the sailors now they're in port are already starting to sort of patch things up. If you just
have to replace that mast.
If you just leave the sailors to do it, it's probably going to take 2 or 3 days. to get this ship back seaworthy. If you and Mask and Jahal help and make a few crafting checks that work out, you could maybe shorten that to a day. You are in a port. There are you would probably know that you're in a port. Ships get damaged. There are repair services that you could hire in order to try to speed this up. But it would cost money, and you would have to go look for it. So,
How's our food situation?
Food situation is all right. You can also purchase more food in the city if you wish.
I mean, we could see what it's gonna cost to get fixed. Can we do like a check to see, like, you know, a rough estimation of what it's gonna? Obviously, that depends on the area they're in, though. Really,
Probably a little haggling with
yeah.
Haggling would work.
with repair guys that are probably busy as it is.
Roll for me a. You asked Mask, so roll for me a perception check to see if you can find somebody who is like running around with a toolbox or something.
Why is my character Shino? Oh, there we go. I gotta click the folder.
That'll do it.
Yar. What am I doing again?
Perception check. Looking for like a repair joint.
Perception check. Thank you, sir. A 17.
Sorry, I took a bite.
You're fine. A bite out of crime.
Yep. Ubo and the dockmaster are still talking, and Ubo is paying the sort of docking fee and stuff. You ask the dockmaster where you can find a ship repair service, a shipwright, and he sort of gestures vaguely off into the town as he's haggling with Ubo. You follow his directions and you find a sort of shipwright, and he says that they are, you know, obviously incredibly busy. And for the sake of brevity, he tells you that he can help. He can get the ship fixed up. It would still take about a day, and it would cost you about 200 marks. To get the ship fixed up, and it would be essentially like new by the end of it.
Okay.
That is without haggling or anything either. So,
yeah, a guesstimation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Given the damage you explained to him, he said about 200 marks to get the ship fixed.
Okay. I shall. Did Zeno come with me on that one, or
did Zeno go with you on that one?
Yeah, I'm standing there.
Okay.
So then I look at Zeno and say, I guess we should find out if our beloved captain has an extra coffer on board that he can help pay for the repairs or not.
Okay.
Good idea, because I only have 233 myself.
Jahal says he has about 100 total. He can throw some in if he needs.
I got about 90.
Okay. You want to go back and talk to Ubo then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would also like to point out, as your DM, you are in a town, so you know you can do anything you would do in a town either. So if there's something you want to try to go buy or something, you can go do an investigation check for that as well. So you go back to the ship. Ubo has paid the docking fee. And you inform him that there is a shipwright who can help. It's going to cost about 200 marks, at which he says he's not going to pay 200 marks. His crew can handle it in 2-3 days.
Oh, okay.
So he's not going to shell out 200 marks when he can deal with it himself.
Fair enough.
If you want to shell out 200 marks, you sure can, but he's not.
Mm-hmm. I understand.
Well, let's let him fix his ship. Maybe Goldilocks came through here.
Roll a perception check for me, AK.
Okie-dokie. Why can I never find it? Oh, there we go.
10. Your pocket is vibrating rather agitatedly.
Oh, well, then I want to pull it out and speak to my little friend.
You pull out Poahu. This is around the time you say, well, we'll let him fix it. We'll wait 3 days, 2-3 days. He is very much against you waiting any amount of time and would like you. He is Poahu is very insistent that you catch up to Yield as quickly as possible.
All right, so I'm gonna turn to Ash and say, Poahu says we need to hurry though. We can't wait 2 or 3 days. He's pretty adamant about it.
You see. I mean, we could pool money together, or we could see if we could do something to earn. Maybe the shipwright needs something done that we can earn, essentially barter the equivalent.
That's not a bad.
Yeah.
Bad. Also, AK, again, I'll point out to you with your crafting check, you could help with the repairs too. If you'd have to do additional crafting checks, but you guys could help speed up the process as well if that's something you want to try to do. So that you can either pony up the money, you can go see if there's a job the shipwright has, you can try to help yourself. You can do as you wish.
I want to look at Poahu and ask him if he thinks that Goldilocks has come through here, if we might find a lead that might get us to him faster.
Poahu would have no idea if Yield had come through here. But he would say you could definitely ask around.
Yeah. So Ash, what if one of us goes and talks to the shipwright and tries to work out a deal? I'll give you 100 of my marks to work with if you end up having to pay him. And either the other two stay and help fix the ship, or one of us goes and asks around about Goldilocks.
Jahal says he'll stay and help with the ship. He's got a crafting of 3, so.
Okay, so there you go. What do you think of that, Ash?
Sounds like a plan.
All right, you've already talked to the shipwright. You want to finish that conversation with him, and I'll head out and see what I can find out.
Sure.
All right. So you are giving. So take 100 away from your marks. Or I'll do it because I know how to do it quickly. So you're losing 100 marks.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have 100 and okay, you're gonna have that much, and you are gaining 100 marks. Mask.
Yippee!
Does maybe Jahal wants to pitch in some just in case?
Jahal is working on the ship, but he has made it very clear that he'd pay a little money if you need. So,
Okay. Okay.
If you need more than that, then I will take it away from Jahal when we get that far.
Okay.
All right, so you now have an extra 100 marks. Ash, you have 100 less. For the sake of brevity, I am going to do
Ooh, that can't be good.
Let's do one more.
Can't be good when the master rolls high. Unless that's for Jahal.
You guys have left, so you have no idea. But
Oh.
So you guys have left and split up. AK, you have went deeper into town. Mask, you have went back to the shipwright. We're gonna deal with you first, Mask.
Mm-hmm.
You walk back into the shipwright's office, and the guy looks up, and he looks a little haggard, right? Like he's been busy over the last couple of days. Oh, here. Do you need my services? Do you need my services? Oh, we lost Mask.
Uh-oh.
Apparently he doesn't need my... He's really going to the shipwright. We lost Mask.
He'll come back.
Yeah, he'll be back. In the meantime, what we singing show tunes? What do we do? Okay, well, let's just go with you then. AK, you head deeper into the town. As you walk, you notice that a number of the buildings are damaged.
Mm-hmm.
Some have collapsed. You have a rather... Welcome back, Mask.
Okay, well, that was fun.
You really went to the shipwright.
Apparently.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead and rejoin. As you walk through the town then, Zeno, you're looking for a person of authority, like a officer or a soldier or somebody who might have had a job to look out for strangers, look out for funny things. Go ahead and roll for me a perception check as you look through this town there, Zeno. Six.
I see there's a town there.
There is a town there. It's rather ruined. As you walk around, you notice that there's absolutely no parishendi anywhere.
Clearly.
So you roll a 6. However, it stands out as odd to you. And as you're asking people about rumors, you find out that there are no more parishmen in the city, actually. That on the night of that strange storm, they all seem to have fled. I will let you roll another perception check with disadvantage to look for more rumors, but after that, we will move on.
Okay. Perception with disadvantage.
9. You make your way through the city a little more. You go a little further to the west, and you realize that this side of the city, the western side of the city, is pretty much all destroyed. As you make your way back towards the dock, you spot a soldier, and you ask if they had heard any rumors about a gold-skinned man, perhaps individuals with green glyphs on their face. And he says, yeah, I heard something about some people with some green glyphs on their face. They came through a couple of days ago. I didn't see him.
Can you tell me?
What?
Oh, no, go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt.
I didn't see him myself, but I mean, it's weird to see people painted up that way. So one of my buddies did. But yeah, heard about it.
Did he happen to say which direction they were going?
I mean, there's only 2 ways to go on the river. So 50-50, I guess.
Did they stay on the river?
Where is Gregor? Where is... Well, I mean, they went out to sea, so far as I'm aware. I mean, they came down the river. I guess I didn't see it myself. We didn't really ask. They paid the fee. So.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And I want to stick out my hand to shake his and say good luck with your repairs.
Thank you. Shakes your hand, and there we go.
Off I walk.
All right. Ash, you return to the shipwright, and as you walk in, he is very haggard. He has had a busy couple of days. And he says, yes, did you need my services?
Yeah. Turns out we need to try and get the ship up and running as fast as possible, but we are tight on money, and your price is too much.
Well,
is there any way we could possibly barter? Like, if you needed something taken care of, perhaps some work around the shop or something?
There's a gentleman. He seems rather reluctant. Roll a persuasion check.
I grabbed the wrong mouse.
Meanwhile, I'm walking back toward Ash.
Yes, you're walking back to the dock. 9?
Yeah.
He doesn't know you. I can come survey the damage and give you a better estimate, but to be honest, I have all the work I can stand.
Would you know somebody that would be available that could help and would be more?
They might be. I don't need to hire a shipwright. So you can look around. I don't know of anyone. Oh.
Okay. Yeah. Could you price go and give us a price check and possibly as quickly as possible? It's very important matter that we have to settle for a
lead the way.
Yeah. Okay. I shall lead the way then.
Okay. You Zeno, you are in the city, so it's going to take you a while to get back.
Okay. Am I on the lookout for shipwrights on the way back?
Do you want to be?
I mean, we might find someone cheaper that way. I don't know.
Roll a perception check.
Perceive your perception of perceiving. I don't know. Rambling.
Maybe not.
10.
You perceive.
You're not near the dock as you're walking, because you sort of went deeper into the city to kind of leave. You left the dock to mask. You find a couple of people, but they're all within roughly the same price range.
Okay.
You don't find anything. You don't find anybody who's going to do it for half price or anything like that. So, not with the damage. Not with the damage you've described.
Gotcha.
So Mask and the shipwright return. And as you return, you see Jahal has kind of really taken charge of this operation. And the ship has made some pretty fine progress. Jahal is doing a pretty good job getting these sailors on track to fix everything. And as you walk up, the shipwright kind of looks over the ship, and this damage is far less than you had originally stated. I mean, so there's probably 100 marks worth of repairs to do, but honestly, he sort of gestures to Jahal. Seems like it's well in hand.
Okay. I think we should just finish out by trying to help Jahal.
Okay. So the shipwright leaves then?
Yeah.
Okay. He goes back to his shop and back to his work. Roll for me a crafting check if you want to help Ash.
Hells yeah. Crafting check. Here it comes.
Ooh, crafty critter.
16. Let's go.
So you and Jahal and the sailors get to work. It's hard work. But you have the holes in the side of the ship and the deck pretty much patched up by the time AK gets back. You come back, AK, to find that they're, working on getting the mast reset so that they can, try to get things going. No shipwright in sight. But you walk up onto the ship and Jahal is kind of taking charge here and making sure everything gets on track as he would like to get going as well. As your DM, what I will say is the two checks I rolled were for Jahal. He rolled a 20 and a 21 respectively on crafting. Your ship is well on track to being repaired by tomorrow morning.
Well, I want to slap Jahal on the shoulder and say, "Fine work, buddy."
Thank you. In another life, I was apparently a shipwright.
Apparently. I did find out that our quarry has continued along the river, so we're going the right way.
Excellent.
He slaps you on the shoulder. Fine work, sir.
Thanks.
Oh, man.
I love Jahal. He's a goofy goober. Anyways.
His voice has changed, though.
Yeah, it changes a little bit. I can't decide what voice he has yet, but we'll get there. So you guys, you work late into the evening and get the ship, you get the mast set up, you put some steel bands around it. Ash, you assist with your adhesion ability. Helps quite a bit that, they put the mast up and you can stick the stump and the mast together while they repair it.
Yep.
And by late evening, your ship is pretty much repaired. Ubo isn't going to set out in the middle of the night, but high tide in the morning, he'll set out. Especially considering the fact that, Jahal basically led the charge on fixing his ship. So, is there anything else you guys would like to do in town before we move on from this?
I don't.
Okay. Is everybody completely healed? Okay. As you guys work, so while you guys are finishing up this work, can I have all of you roll for me a perception check? As it gets late into the evening.
I perceive with my eye.
Way to go, Jahal. Oh no, that's Mask.
Mask. As you are working, Zeno, you don't really see much, as it's fairly dark. Jahal is so focused on his work, he doesn't see anything. Ash, late into the evening, when the sun sets, you are working on the deck, getting the mast set up. You see the two parishmen finally shuffle up out of the hold, and they walk off of the ship, each carrying some supplies, and out onto the dock, and make their way towards the city.
Yell out to him to be safe. Not that I think they understand us. Can't remember.
They understand basic orders. Roll for me another perception check.
Perceptions. A
25. As you
Wasting
yell
my
for them
goals.
to be safe, you're sort of used to the way parishmen act. They kind of act emotionless and very robotic-like.
Mhm.
It is widely considered for them that they are a slave race.
Mhm.
It is widely considered that they don't really have any consciousness. As you yell out for them to be safe, you notice they stiffen in a very unparishman-like manner. And they don't look back at you, and they kind of start walking faster towards the city.
Probably inform Jahal and AK or Zeno of this. That they're acting relatively strange.
They were
And
carrying what?
They had some boxes.
Do you know what was in the boxes?
No,
No.
just boxes. You just tell Jahal and AK about this?
And the captain, I would presume he would want to know too.
So you go... Okay, so you get Jahal, Zeno, and the captain and inform them that you saw the two parishmen acting strangely as they walked out into town?
Yes. Thank you.
Zeno and Jahal have... You just said that you had saw some parishmen acting strangely. Like, they appreciate the information, but, it doesn't do anything for them. Ubo, on the other hand, is very confused. He didn't order them to do anything. They're not supposed to be going into town.
Maybe we should go investigate this.
Yeah. Let's go after him.
Okay. You guys, Ubo says him and his crew can finish up the remainder of the repairs. Mask, AK, Jahal, you guys go off the ship. Roll for me a perception check to see if you can see the parishmen on the dock.
Oops, not persuasion.
You are on fire tonight, Ash.
Yeah, until I need them. And then it's going to be ones, and I'm going to be like, no!
Oh, Jahal should roll as well.
Mm.
Although it's a point is moot with the... Yeah. Zeno, Jahal, it's getting a little too dark for them to see. On the other hand, you are very accomplished at hunting down quarry, Ash being a hunter. You spot them walking along the river towards the nearest alleyway, which they then immediately duck in. So they're probably, it's dark out and there's still some people working. With your perception check, you also notice that the people that are on the dock are looking at the parishmen rather funny. As you watch them about, say, 50 to 75 feet down the river, duck into an alleyway and disappear.
Come from the water.
They're walking towards the western part of the city as well, the destroyed part.
Destroyed. Okay. Well, I mean, keep following them, I guess.
Okay. Do you want to? Do you just want to run after him? You want to stealth? What's your goal here?
Probably stealth. That
Stealth?
would be a good idea. Let me roll that up. Roll that beautiful bean footage here.
Okay. I need everybody to roll for me a stealth check.
Yeah. Doo-dum, doo-dum, dum, 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 dum.
Okay. All right. You guys duck. You guys follow relatively quickly. You duck into the alley that Asha saw them duck into, and the moment you duck in, Asha, you see the two crates that they had been carrying sort of dumped into the corner along with the rubble. Your pretty high perception rolls are telling you that they look to be the same crates that they had been carrying. You walk down the alley, and it takes you a little bit, but you see them, you spot them, working their way through the alleys towards the western destroyed part of the city. They don't appear to notice you as you catch up with them and trail them. You're probably about halfway from where the ship is parked towards the outer wall of the city. Is about when you can catch up with them and like capture them if you want, but you're about halfway towards the outer wall of the city by the time you get within like range of them to sort of do something. If you want to capture them or attack them or try to talk to them or whatever you wish to do, you can, or you can continue to tail them. It is up to you three.
We kind of want to know what they're doing, so maybe tail and watch.
Okay.
Well, do we know what was in the boxes yet?
No.
Did you spend some time looking through what was in the boxes?
Well, don't we need to know that? Isn't that important?
Could be, but are they still there? I mean, if you go to check the box while they're still there, you're gonna have to wait till they move.
I thought he said that they walked off. We were trying to catch them.
Yeah, they walked off, and the boxes were discarded in the alley. They were. Yeah. Roll for me a perception check, AK.
Okay.
As you glance as you're walking past to look into these boxes. 22. They are completely empty.
What the hell? Okay, I'm gonna take off and go after Ash.
Okay. You easily catch up. They are completely empty. There's nothing in them.
Interesting.
Why didn't they carry empty?
So
to look like they're doing something. Okay.
So you want to follow them?
Yes, sirs.
Yes.
As you follow them, let me
show you something.
I'm going to do this just for fun.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I like that.
Uh-oh.
What were your... Okay. As you guys trail them, you lose sight of them a number of times as they round a corner and you wait, but you do eventually catch sight of them as you follow their footprints through the dust and debris of the alleyways. They are doing their very best to stay out of sight. The few times they have to cross major thoroughfares, they wait till people cross. They never speak. They never talk. They're very quiet. And they silently move through the streets and alleys, making their way to the west, avoiding all contact with people that they can. You get to the western wall of the city, and they start to walk along. The buildings here are kind of reduced to rubble. They're piles of rubble, but there's far less people here, as it is a destroyed part of the city. And it is also getting to the point where it's getting pretty dark now. The parishmen become a little bit more bold, and they start climbing over some of the rubble to inspect the wall. They walk along it, and they walk until they find a section of wall that is broken enough that they can climb up onto a pile of rubble and jump out past the wall.
Mm.
What would you like to do?
We want to pursue this, or is this just wasting our time?
Jahal says it's up to you. He can barely see him.
I mean, they didn't take anything, and it's not like they're required to stay with us.
You would know that that's untrue. They are technically property.
They're slaves.
Not our property.
No,
But
they're
they-
Ubo's property.
Oh,
And if he knows that we let his slaves go, he might not help us.
all right. Well, then let's close the gap and just ask them what they're doing.
Okay, so you see them
Is
climbing
there-
up. Go ahead.
I'm just wondering how close we are to them.
So you are close enough that you can... You have trailed them to a point where you could sort of either rush them and grab them, or yell something or something like that. You could rush them and attempt to grab them, right? Something like that. But they are currently climbing up a pile of rubble to what appears to be leap outside of a broken section of the wall.
I mean, we could continue to try and trail them. Problem is if we lose them, what do we do from there?
Yeah, let's okay. So they haven't made it over the wall yet, right?
They're getting there, yeah.
I would like to, I'm just testing out. I may not understand how this works,
Okay.
but can I just touch the wall and suddenly make that section of wall where they are much taller so they can't get over it and they're
that is
stuck with us?
Great play. Let me take a quick look at you have a cohesion skill of 2. 2 allows you to no. So with a cohesion skill of 2, you can change something up to 5 feet.
Okay,
So,
then can I drop the rubble down flat so that they can't reach the top of the wall?
So you can change a 5-foot cube, I'm going to say. So that's
okay.
So what you could do is you could drop the rubble underneath one of them in a 5-foot cube, making them fall into the rubble. What would happen after that is up to how you want to use the ability. The rubble is the size of the pile of rubble is the size of a building. It's a building that has collapsed, right? So it's like a 30-40 foot pile of rock and rubble.
So what I'm trying to do is either make the wall too tall for them to get over, or drop the rubble so that they can't go any further.
Okay, so with 5 feet,
or no, 5 foot isn't enough. I was thinking about creating a circle around them, but I can't do that either. It's too much.
Well, what you could try to do, so you can form anything of your imagining. So I, as the DM, will give you some advice. You could use the pile of rubble underneath them to sort of try to form a wall directly in front of them, a 5-foot wall in front of them. However, I will point out that they are about 6 or 7 feet tall. So the 5-foot wall would slow them down, but they could go over it. You could try to form like a sort of 5-foot kind of divot in the rubble, so that there's like sort of a caldera at the top where they're standing, trying to get over the wall. That would they would fall into, or something like that, or anything else you can imagine.
Okay. I'm trying to stop their progress. So
yes.
Whatever, and I don't want to hurt them.
Mm-hmm.
So the caldera sounds kind of good. I'm trying to envision this 5-foot wall. It would be 5 foot tall. Would it be 5 foot wide?
Yes, it would be. So so the thing is I'm trying to figure out, so the way it works, if I understand this correctly, is many surges can only affect characters and objects of a certain size, or only areas up to the same size as the area effect in Chapter 10. The surge size increases with your ranks in the skill known as surge scaling. Unless otherwise specified, you can infuse an object if either its width, length, or height exceeds your surge size, right?
Wait.
Yes.
Are they all together? Are they within a 5-foot radius of each other?
Well, yeah, they're grouped up. They're right next to each other.
Then can I just make the rock grab their legs so that they can't step forward anymore?
Let me read the thing. Invest 1 event or more into an unattuned object or portion of a surface within your reach that is made of stone. To do so, you must have a free-handed touch to the object. This infusion uses 1 invest each round for its duration. The stone becomes moldable and soft like clay. When you activate this surge, you can immediately form the stone into a rough shape as part of that action. But any elaborate molding requires more time. See stone shape.
Well, I'm not trying to make a cast of their feet. I just want to encase their legs, maybe halfway up their shins, so that they can't move forward anymore.
You can touch a cohesion infused stone and mold it into any shape you desire. When that infusion ends, the stone resolidifies into its new shape, strong as before. You can briefly shape the stone when you activate the surge, but more elaborate reshaping requires additional time. In combat, this usually requires an additional action to interact for moderate reshaping, or use a skill to create intricate, requires a coercion DM based, the GM's discretion. Okay, so That's a very good idea, and I like it. So here's what I'm going to say.
Okay.
You reach out and you spend 1 investiture. So I'm going to drop your investiture to 4. To infuse. You rush forward to get. I'm going to say you break stealth because you have to get relatively close to them to do this.
Okay.
You rush forward to the point where you're within about 5 feet of them. This surprises them as they rolled a 5 on their perception check to see you guys, and you all rolled higher than that. You put your hand on the ground in front of them. And luckily for you, it was all one building, and it still thinks of itself as one building, which is something your character's not going to understand, and you're not going to understand. And you push Stormlight into this rubble. And what you ask it to do is basically to become quicksand beneath their feet in a 5-foot area.
That's what I was thinking. Yep.
And I'm going to give them a dexterity roll. They don't have anything to agility, so I'm going to give them a roll. I am going to do this. Why do I not have a modifier for that? Oh, my modifier is +2. Roll for me a d20. AK.
D20.
We're gonna count this as an attack. 9, 11. Okay. You prize would be disadvantaged. That would be 2 rolls. That would be that. Okay. Here's what I'm going to say. You ask the rubble to do this, and you push Stormlight into it, and you feel Stormlight sort of pulled from your body and into this rubble, and the stone beneath your hand, you feel it grow soft as your fingers kind of sink into it. And what you see is both of these parishmen sort of trip and fall forward, 1 leg each in this sort of like 5-foot area where the ground has become sort of like wet mud. One of them sinks up to about their knee before they catch themselves, and the other catches themselves and pulls their ankle out as enough time passes for the ground to re-solidify, leaving one of them trapped up to the knee and the other one not trapped. One of them rolled high enough to beat your roll, the other did not. It is at this time that they sort of scramble around and each reach out to grab a rock and hold it up to like throw it at you. I need you to roll for me a perception check, AK. They're Parishendi. They are terrified.
All right, stop. We're not trying to hurt you. What is their reaction?
Roll a persuasion check with advantage, or a leadership check, your choice.
Let's see. Leadership is 3. Persuasion is 4. We'll go with that. With advantage?
With advantage, yes. They're terrified. 20. Guess just for the sake of posterity. Yeah. They immediately like drop their rocks and like hold up their hands. Sorry.
There's no need to be sorry. We just need to know where you're going. That's all.
Oh, away.
You just don't want to be owned anymore.
We never wanted to be owned.
I'm going to look over at Ash.
They're still
And
technically hiding, but if you want to come out, Ash and Jahal, you sure can.
Sure.
Hmm?
Yes, I will come out of hiding.
Jahal is going to remain hidden, just in case, and kind of be a rear guard.
And Ash probably knows full well what I think of the whole owning them thing. So
You do have a affinity for parishmen, so
yeah. Why are all the parishmen not in town? I'm gonna ask them that.
I don't know. We're just trying to leave.
So, Ash, we have a problem. I'm not inclined to make them go back, but if we don't, there's consequences for that.
If we lost them, then is he gonna say we're liars?
I would also
He's
like
not
to,
here to...
I would also like to point out they're acting very human-like, which is not normal.
Are they human or are they just dressed up like parishmen? Well, can you do that? Can you disguise yourself that way?
Roll a lore check or perception check?
I do better with perception.
You look them over. They don't appear to be in disguise. They appear to be parishmen.
So why are they acting weird?
You seem far more scared than you need to be. I've told you we're not going to hurt you. So what are you so afraid of? What are you trying so hard to escape?
Slavery?
That's it?
Wouldn't you try to escape slavery?
I would, but did you just see this as your opportunity? Because you didn't seem like you were trying to escape before. You could have just left us when we unlocked you in the dungeon.
We didn't know any better then.
Why do you know now? You're acting unlike any other parishman we've ever encountered before. Why is that?
I don't know. We woke up like a week ago. Suddenly it
Woke up.
made sense. We woke up and there was a storm and the ship was rocking and there were holes everywhere and people were running and there was screaming.
So I'm going to look at Ash and say, so if they didn't come back, would they be hunted? Or would they just be free?
You would know that parishmen are incredibly valuable, and I mean, whether or not Uba would hunt them would be up to him.
Is there a way we can earn them their freedom?
Yeah, you buy
So
them
way
and then
we
you let
can-
them do. You'd have to buy them, I would presume.
Yeah,
and
but
they're
I don't-
probably not cheap.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think I have enough marks for that.
I mean, again, we could say they got away, but their acting strange is the part that's making me nervous.
Okay, so we are inclined to help you, but you're acting awfully strange, and we're trying to figure out why.
How am I supposed to act?
Well, I'm basing it on all my other encounters with Parishendi, which have been good, by the way.
Well, sort of.
Yeah, sort of. They all ended well.
You just
Look, we can best.
You
we
just
can
want
best
us to
help
go
you
back
if you're
and act
honest.
like slaves, don't you?
No, not necessarily. I'm not really down for that, but I also feel like you're playing me. The best thing to do is to be honest. We can help you best if we know what's going on.
I haven't lied to you.
But have you told me the whole truth?
Yes.
Can I
You
do
know,
a? Can I get a perception check on that?
Insight.
It'd be insight.
Insight, yeah, insight check.
Roll for me an insight check.
Where are you going? Would be my
My luck.
question.
10.
My luck ran out.
As far as you're aware, they're telling the truth.
Okay. Something about this doesn't make sense.
Where are you heading?
Away. Don't have
Yeah, but you seemed to know where you were going, though.
We're just trying to get out of the city.
How did you know that there would be a place to get out right here?
We heard people
'Cause you made a-
talking that the western side of the city was broken up. We saw a wall, figured it might be broken. We just trying to leave. Didn't figure they'd let us go out the gates.
Well, that much is true.
Just be overthinking it personally, but
Possibly.
is there a way we can help them? I wonder, though.
Well, Ash, I think the best way we can help them is to let them go.
Well, yeah, obviously, but
But we're going to have to go back and lie to the captain.
no lie. We lost track of them.
Huh?
Once they got out of our view.
That's true.
Ah,
All right. What are your names?
There is one. There's two. The one that is caught is a female. Her name is Veda, Veda. And the male who saved himself from being captured is named Tam, Tam.
All right. Ash, are we in agreement here?
yup.
All right, Veda. Timu?
Tam,
Tam?
Tam.
Tam. Okay.
Temu.
We're gonna
Would like to buy something.
we're gonna let you go, and we're not gonna tell the captain where you went. My name is Zeno. And this is Ash. And Jahal.
He pokes his head out and waves from around the corner where he was hiding. Jahal does. They look kind of startled.
Go ahead.
They look kind of startled that there was a third one who sort of pokes his head out and waves at them, jovially.
When you get to your people, remember us well.
Okay.
Okay. So how do I release her from that
you would
concrete?
have to spend another investiture to open it up and let her out.
Okay, I want to do that.
Okay. So you reach down, touch the stone again. It feels easier this time, right? Like you've already done it once. The stone softens and Tam lifts Veta up and gets her leg out of the ground as it re-solidifies, and they are now standing in front of you. Kind of like looking at you and the hole in the wall, and at you, and then at the hole in the wall, and then at you, and then at the hole in the wall.
Go on then. Be safe.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And they then clamber up over the hole in the wall and then jump out of the wall, probably 10-15 feet down to the ground. They land and they sort of dash off away from the city.
Well, at this point, I want to pull out Puahu and say to him, "We protect everyone."
And Puahu nods and says, "We do. Yes, we do."
And return him to my pocket and look at Ash, and I'm ready to head out.
Yippers. Let's backtrack and get back.
Okay, you all get back to the ship.
Yep.
It's much quicker to get back as you don't have to go through alleys and wait and stuff. You get back, and as you walk back up onto the deck of the ship, Ubo asks you if you found the parishmen and what happened.
They evaded us.
They evaded you?
Yeah, the boxes they were carrying, we found the boxes and they were empty. There was nothing in them. And once we got into the more destroyed area back there, we just lost sight of them. They were going in and out of alleys, and it's difficult to track through that area.
Did you see where they ended up? Did they go into a building? Did they jump through a hole in the wall? He doesn't say that. I'm just being a dick.
Okay.
Where did you lose them?
On the western side of the city, in amongst the rubble. There were lots of collapsed buildings, lots of things to hide behind. We looked around everything. There was at least one hole in the wall, but they weren't there when we peered out.
Roll a deception check with advantage because you're skirting the truth pretty well. 15.
Silence is not good.
They weren't mine anyways. I guess they belong to Taryn. I'll have to tell her that they got lost.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
All right. Well, thanks for looking.
Yeah, no worries.
We're going to be a little short-handed on our trip, but it should be all right. They weren't that great at running the sales anyways. All right.
Yeah.
She's going to be mad at me. They just vanished, huh?
Not if we finish our mission. She will be pleased.
That's true. That's true. All right. Well, I'm going to go to bed. I ain't going to worry about it tonight.
All right.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Yeah. All right. And with this, you all go and get to bed. Unless there's anything you would like to do before you go to bed.
Nope. So it's a long rest.
Yes. Although the only thing you're going to need is to bring your investiture back up, which I'll just do quick. There we go. I don't think any of you are injured. Yeah. None of you are injured. Okay.
I took mental damage. Nothing.
Emotional damage.
Emotional damage. Anyways, you all get a good night's rest. You wake up and do final repairs on the ship, get everything ready, replace some ropes, get the sails put back up. And you head out early in the morning around the time of high tide. We are here. You are there. Now which way do you come? You would come in from there on the south side. Correct. Okay. You all head out to the sea and you begin to make your way towards Greater Hexy. I have a map. I do. I will show it to you real quick. So this is the map of your total journey. You began at Rathalas, made your way to Karnak. You head out into the large expanse. You spend about another 2 weeks, little less, sailing. The journey goes relatively smoothly as you land on the border of Greater Hexy. I need one of you to roll for me a survival check as you land to look for signs of this group.
I'm +3.
It's 5.
Do it.
We are
Wonderful. You easily spot a trail leading up towards the mountain. If you still have the map region, you are heading up towards the area that is labeled the Valley.
the valley.
You easily find your way, find a trail to follow. You would come in from the south. So what I am going to do, let me swap over. We've been on this map forever. And I am going to put you guys here. You, Ash. I need you, Xeno, and I need an axe hound for my hunter, and then we are going to activate this.
Try to take over the world.
Okay. I am also going to... Do I have a... Where's my reset fog of war button? No, it's fine. You guys make your way. It takes you a couple of days to walk up through this sort of plains into foothills, into a mountain, into more of a mountainous region. And as you approach, you come across these sort of channels dug into the earth. There are sort of like hills, and between each hill is kind of a mini river, sort of like there's a bunch of trenches. Some of them have water in them, some of them are just filled with gravel. But it looks like this is almost like a snow melt area. Like channels have been cut into the earth as you move your way through here.
Okay.
I need one of you, not Ash, to roll for me a perception check.
One of us that's not Ash? Is that what you said?
So Jahal or AK needs to roll a perception check.
Okay.
11.
Let Jahal do it.
Parting Hill.
Sure. We'll let Jahal try as well.
Team participation.
There you go, Jahal.
As you guys approach, then we're going to have you, AK, roll for me a stealth check for the group.
Oh boy. Stealth us in, baby cakes. Yeah.
Nice. So you guys, so Ash is leading the group and leads them up to this sort of hilled area. Zeno, you kind of slow everybody down and tell them Shin has some mountainous regions, and you sort of tell them, hey, you know, watch out for this area, watch out for that area. You get yourself to the point where you guys are walking pretty quietly. And as you sort of crest a corner right down here between one of these channels, Jahal pulls you guys all backwards and points out that under this tent is 3 people.
What kind of people?
That's a very good question. We will get there. You see one person standing carrying a bow who is in the back. You see a person dressed in robes with green glyphs on their face right here. And you see a dark-skinned man who is currently chained up. I have an image. Looks like this. He is currently chained up underneath the tent. They don't seem to have noticed your approach.
How wide is your chasm? Or Bull Valley?
About 10-ish feet. A little over. I move the dog. Yeah, about 10 feet. I'm leaving you guys there for vision. You're actually like back over here, kind of around a corner. Right. But
what do you think, Ash?
feel like there's more than 3 or more of them other than those 3.
One of them's a prisoner.
Well, I mean, he said he was chained or
Yeah.
tied up in a manner of speaking. Yeah. I mean, we could
Try and draw him down closer to us.
Yeah.
Throw a rock. Gonna bring him down this way a little bit. So we're around a corner.
You could send the dog, says Jahal.
We could.
We could. Mm-hmm. We see what kind of weapons they seem to be having on
Roll
them.
for me a perception check.
Oh, we've already said the one in the back's holding a bow.
17. The one in the back is holding a bow. And this one appears to be relatively well armed with a sword and some kind of bow as well. You're unsure of exactly what it is, but it doesn't appear to be as large as your long bow, Ash.
Okay. I mean, I guess we could send the dog in to try and get their attention and then draw them away from the dude.
Yeah.
But who's to say they're both going to go? I mean, if you're holding someone prisoner, you're not going to leave them unattended. So we'd only get one person possibly to come to us. And then you have to worry about whether or not they're going to use him as a hostage. I overthink things. I'm sorry. Yeah, let's just send the dog in and have him see if he can draw their attention and draw at least one of them out to us.
Okay. How would you what do you want to instruct the dog to do? You want him to go like roll over and like how are you going to try to get it to draw his attention?
Maybe do they bark? I don't know what they do.
They would have a sound, yes.
Yeah, okay. So maybe stand at an edge and have it bark at them until they come, I guess, and then lure it back to us. Lure them back to us, or yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so you guys kind of want to hide behind like a dip in the thing here. Send the dog out, have it bark until one of them decides to come.
I should chat. So a friend of mine surprised
Would
me
you
by
fucking
making
stop?
I'm fine, AK. We can end session.
No,
I'm sorry.
no. I just turned that shit off. All right. Sorry about that.
No, you're fine. So you just kind of want to send the dog out to sort of bark to see if they'll come look investigate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna if I move you guys, okay, you do not. Okay, so here. I'm gonna rotate this. No, we're not. Okay, I'm gonna leave you guys here. Put you there. You guys are down over on map down over here.
Okay.
You can kind of see how the wall curves. It kind of curves down around this way and forms kind of a dip. So you guys are actually pressed against the wall here, sort of hiding.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to put you in this formation, but so that you guys know what's going on thematically. That's what's going on.
Yes.
So you send the dog out kind of around, and you want it to sort of yip. Okay. I'm going to do it this way. Okay. So the axe hound yips out, and you hear some grumbling and some noises, and on you guys technically can't see. You hear the axe hound yip again, far more pained this time. And the axe hound comes back with an arrow sticking out of its leg.
Now it's time to fucking take some heads, I guess.
It's clobbering time.
Okay.
Do we get
How would you
any
like-
kind of a bonus
What's
for
that?
surprise? Do we get any kind of a bonus for surprise?
Not anymore.
No, I mean in general.
I mean, in general, you do. Yes, they don't get reactions, and they can only take a slow turn, on their first turn, and there's something else I don't recall, but they are now on alert because there is an axe hound around.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Ash, why don't you put one in that first person while we're back here around the corner? Just kind of poke your head out and put an arrow in her.
night.
Okay. Hold on. I'm going to put everybody in a combat state. I am going to say that the archers are going to be going on a slow turn. As they are currently sort of on alert, but they are not prepared for immediate combat. You guys, on the other hand, can do as you wish. So do you guys want to do a slow or a fast turn?
Fast.
Okay. This will be the thing I tell you as a DM. If you go on a okay, so the way initiative works in this game is characters on a fast turn go, then opponents on a fast turn go, then characters on a slow turn go, and then adversaries on a slow turn go. So considering your adversaries are on a slow turn, you going on a slow turn, you're still going to go before them.
Oh, well, yeah, we'll take a slow turn then.
Okay. With this, Jahal said, I think maybe what we should do is, so your axe hound is behind the cover now as it sort of limped back. So you can decide whether or not you want your axe hound to engage in combat. I will say that it's not
Really hurt.
It's not
I mean,
really
it's
hurt,
decent.
but it's wounded.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have it interfere per se.
Okay. But you're not it might join, it might not, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Kinda
then we'll leave it that way. Jahal
Yeah.
suggests that maybe he at least rush in, and if anybody else wants to be within melee, maybe they rush in with him. Other than that, He wants to get in there and start sort of bullying them with his shield and poleaxe. So
do we want him to rush in for? Oh, I mean, it's based on. By the way, AK's labeled as mask again.
Every time I gotta remember to do that. Hold on, settings.
Because I looked over to see who was first in line, and I saw my name. I'm like, oh no, that's AK's logo.
Okay, let me remove you from combat and then put you back into combat. Now you are labeled properly. I like how Jahal is named character. Makes me happy.
Yeah, at least it's not mask, right?
That's true. That's true. Can I update that here? Yeah, I don't know why it's set up that way.
So I do have kind of a question I've been meaning to ask.
Yes.
Because the whole gravitation thing, I know I can kind of sort of make myself fly.
Yes.
Can I do actions while I'm flying? Or is that a...
If you read the skill, to perform a basic lashing, which is what flying is, spend 1 investiture or more to infuse a character or object within your reach. You must have a hand free to touch the object. Your target cannot exceed your surge size for the gravitation rank. However, I believe your gravitation rank is 5, which is basically like not unlimited, but 5 is you can infuse something 20-foot cube. Right. So essentially half that rubble that was there, you could have lifted that up. The infusion uses 1 investiture each round for the duration. The target's gravity changes direction as described, targeting a character and targeting an object. This change uses your gravitation rate, which begins at 25 feet. So that means that if you touch an object, it moves at 25 feet per round that it has. Yeah. The target doesn't move fast enough to deal damage on impact. However, if a target is aloft when the surge ends, they fall and take the usual amount of damage for fall damage. Targeting a character. You can target a willing creature, granting them a flying rate equal to your gravitation rate for the duration. For flying rules, see movement and positioning. Alternatively, you can infuse yourself with gravitation regardless of your size, gaining the same flying rate and spending 1 investiture each round to maintain the surge. You can target an unwilling creature, but that has different things, and targeting an object works the same. I believe according to your skills, unless you have a talent, you have disadvantage on your attacks while in the air.
Yeah, I think I needed, was it like aerial ace or something like that?
Stable flight. While maintaining a basic lashing on yourself, your ranged attacks don't gain a disadvantage due to flying or other causes of unstable footing. Flying ace. While maintaining a basic lashing on yourself, fly distance up to your gravitation. Once during this movement, you can spend 1 focus to make a melee attack as part of the same action. After resolving the attack, you can continue your movement. Additionally, you acquire this talent, your gravitation rate increases to 40. So what this says is that you can use Flying Ace for 1 action while you are flying to move up to 40 feet. To move up to 40 feet, you can spend 1 focus to make an attack while you're moving, and then you can continue your movement. So basically you spend 1 investiture and 1 action to move 40 feet, and one investiture, 1 focus, 1 action to move 40 feet, attack, and finish your movement. Now, that's a little bit worse considering that I let you finish your movement. Technically in this game, let's say you have 3 actions. You want to move 5 feet, attack somebody, and then if you want to move back, you have to use another action to move. I don't do that because I think that's silly. So basically what Flying Ace is going to do for you is it is going to increase your gravitation rate to 40 so that you can fly 40 feet instead of moving 25 feet. And here's the way I'll roll it. Flying Ace will also, I'm not going to make you spend a focus to do a melee attack on that because I don't like that. But until you have Flying Ace, your melee attacks will have disadvantage while you're flying. And until you have stable flight, your ranged attacks will have disadvantage while you're flying. That's how I'm going to play
things
that.
that brain just started like looking at some of the actions and stuff, and I'm like, wait a second.
Yep. So that's how I'll play that. Is you can fly. So here's what you can do. You can move up to 25 feet, or you can fly up to 25 feet. Flying will avoid difficult terrain and obstacles and traps and things like that, obviously. So there's an advantage to spending the investiture. However, if you want to land, if you want to attack, you can attack while you're flying. But it will give you disadvantage on the attack until you have Flying Ace. And if you want to do a ranged attack while you're flying, you will have disadvantage until you get the next stable flight skill. That's how I'm going to play that.
Okay.
Because I'm not doing the whole move, spend a point to move 5 feet, then attack, then spend the rest to move again. I'm not doing that because I think that's silly. I think if you spend an action for movement, you should get the full movement if you want it. I think that is much more intelligent. Well, yes, that's how I'm playing.
Okay. All right.
So that way those skills still have value, but they're not. Yeah, that way those skills still have value.
I think we were gonna do some ambushing of sorts. Well,
Yeah.
not ambushing, but
Yeah. So
skirmishing.
Jahal was gonna rush in. So you guys are technically about. You're. So I will allow Jahal to get within melee range, but you guys will be. You guys are about 30 feet away. So I'll say that Jahal is, one of you is close enough to get into melee. So if you want Jahal to do it, it'll be Jahal. The other ones of you would not be able to get into melee range with this guy. Jahal can. So if that's what...
Obviously I didn't see who attacked the dog.
You did not, but it has an arrow in it.
So I'm going to go with this motherfucker in the back row, and he's going to be my target.
Okay.
What's my thing?
Are you guys all fine with that then?
Yeah, I'm fine with. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean,
okay.
The tank got to be tanky. You know what I mean?
Yep. So the way I'm going to play this is they are now on alert. They're not on alert for you guys to attack them, but they are not going to be surprised. They're going to have a full turn. Okay. Jahal is going to spend one of his actions to rush up here.
Thank you.
He is then going to increase it by 1. He is going to enter Vigilance Stance. Which allows him to use the dodge and reactive strike for no focus, which is very, very good. Okay. So that is 2 actions. Good to know. And he is then going to I also have this, which is very, very good. So I just gain... Okay. How does this work? That effect? Is not. Okay. He is then going to attempt to attack this first individual with his poleaxe. And it is a +2 due to mighty. Make sure that this works properly. That is wrong. Okay. It still hits, but I need this open over here as well for me. It still hits, but I did that wrong. So that does... I gotta figure out how to get this to work properly. So you guys see Jahal rush around the corner, get his shield up, and jam the spear end of his poleaxe into the chest of this guy. Wait, what is he at? 15. Oh, dude, he's fucked up. You guys see this guy hunch over in absolute agony. This guy looks very injured right now. That was a very big hit by Jahal. I need to... How do I adjust this? This doesn't work quite as well as I would like, but I've got to figure that out. I'll just have to add it manually for now. And that then is Jahal's turn. That leads us to Zeno. You see Jahal rush up, his shield in front of him, jamming the spear end of his poleaxe into this guy's gut, doubling him over in pain. The prisoner looks incredibly shocked, and the archer in the back scrambles to bring his bow and another arrow up. What would you like to do, Zeno?
Quick question. So if I'm going to use any of my abilities, does the investiture have to happen at the beginning of the turn, or it can happen at any point during the turn?
Happen at any point. So whenever you want to do the thing, that's when the investiture gets used.
Okay. So, and I know that the positioning was off. Am I actually where I look like I'm standing? Okay, no. I want to move up to that position. Okay,
so your first action is going to be to move about 10 feet. From,
right, and be right there.
So I'm going to say you were about there. Your first action is to move about 15 feet, so that I think you have 25 movement. Is that right?
Yep.
So you've used 15 feet of 25 movement. You've used your first action. You have 2 actions left. What would you like to do?
Okay, the second action, I want to target Mr. Mofo back here in the back.
Okay.
And I want to put an arrow in him.
Go for it.
It's a short bow. Roll. Oh,
that's
shit.
Gonna miss.
Yep, that's gonna miss. Okay, so then for my last action...
Yes.
I want to spend an investiture.
Okay.
This is a 10-foot wide valley, and I want to erect a 5-foot wall in front of me so that we have cover in this place.
I love that. So what we're going to do is we're going to do that. So you use your Koi. You guys see AK reach out into the sort of rock wall, the gravel wall in front of him, and his hand disappears into the gravel. It sinks almost unnaturally into the gravel as he rips his hand out and pulls a solid rock wall out in front of him that covers half of this gorge. So you have a 5 foot square wall that is, about a foot thick.
So how tall am I?
I don't exactly know.
I want to make sure my head's not poking up over it.
You
I
can
wanna
duck down.
if
You
it
can
is.
duck down behind it with no additional action. So yeah, you can just duck down.
That's what I want to do, and that's my turn.
Okay, that's your turn. That leads to you, Mask. You see Jahal rush up, put a poleaxe into the green glyphed guy's gut, doubling him over. You see AK rush out, shoot an arrow, miss, and then essentially pull a rock wall out from nothing. What would you like to do?
To obviously move up to about where I'm at so I can see him clearly.
Okay, that's your first action.
And then I think I might hit him, the archer in the back, with tagging shot.
Does that take 2 or 3 actions?
3.
3? You have 2.
Oh, that's right. I just used the movement.
Mhm.
All right. So thank you
No problem.
for reminding me. Good call. Good call. All right. So we'll just shoot an arrow at his face then.
Okay.
Good old fashioned. I'm gonna shoot you.
18 will hit. So you jump out, fire an arrow directly into this guy's chest, and he is incredibly wounded. You have 1 additional action.
There was a... Where is it? Oh, that's a focused. Okay, never mind. What's Freddy doing? Does ready consider part of an attack action? You prepare to respond to something happening on the battlefield. Choose a trigger you're waiting for, such as a character using a certain action or gaining. Choose an action for a fee. That trigger occurs before the start of the next turn. You can use an action in response to the trigger, even if it's not your turn. If you choose not to respond to the trigger, you don't regain your spent actions. For example, already used a disengage action. You can't ready a second. Okay, yep.
So
Never mind, right there.
Yeah, you can't ready an attack. Yes.
You know what? I will. I will use brace, I guess.
You can use brace. So
Fine.
what I'm going to do then is I'm going to put you behind AK. So you kind of duck down behind the wall he made. And that is how we'll play that.
Okay.
Your dog is your dog is also behind cover still. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to ask him to do it unless.
Yeah. Okay. With that being said, I'm going to roll a like that. Absolutely not. Do one for this guy as well. Just absolutely not. That is not going to be high enough to overcome the amount of damage they've taken. This guy doesn't count. Okay, he is going to attempt to do a sword strike against Jahal with disadvantage because Jahal has the shield up. Dude, why does everybody roll such good damage? So he actually gets his sword around Jahal. Or around Jahal's shield and does damage. He is then going to attempt to retreat and get further back, which is going to trigger a reactive strike from Jahal, who can do it for nothing. Because he is very injured. It will hit. Does 6 damage. This guy retreats. This guy is looking incredibly wounded, and he is going to move his full 25 feet. To about there.
Oh shit, that's not what I wanted.
You two can still see him with that. That is going to be his turn, as he cannot do either of the things again. That's going to lead to this guy. He is going to attempt to hobble his way away from his captors and get about that far. And as he gets up to you guys, help me, help me.
Yes, we'll help you. Just hold on till the battle's over.
Okay. That's going to lead this guy, who he can't see you guys around that thing very well. Advantage.
Hopefully he gets behind the wall.
Guess he's gonna just try to target him with a longbow strike.
Is he not behind the wall?
No, he's gonna target Jahal.
Oh, okay.
He's not. These two are really injured, like really injured. This guy is going to have his arrow bounce off of Jahal's shield, and this guy is then going to retreat as well. To about there, and then he's going to climb up this wall. So he's here, but he's up this wall, and you're gonna have disadvantage on the attacks against him. You can see him technically, but he is actually on this wall here. Just so you guys know. Is the wall
scalable? Like, can he get all the way to the top of it and away?
Yes.
Okay.
But that's their turn. So now we are going to go to the next round of combat. Do you guys want to go fast or slow?
Slow.
You want to go slow, Zeno?
I do, yeah. Because I'm going to try something new.
Okay.
I think. Hey, can I ask a question?
Yes.
How do you? Every time I try to see the distance from me to something else, it keeps trying to move my character instead. How do you?
On the left hand side, there's a drop down menu with a person, a measuring control, a tile control. If you click the little person, there is a little ruler icon that pops out that says measure distance.
Oh, there we go. Thank you. That's what I wanted to see. Oh.
Now, but in order to move your character, you have to re-click on the select tokens icon.
Yeah. Well, I don't ever move my character, so.
That's fine.
The game master has always moved it for me.
Oh, good to know that if you double tap that closes. Oh.
Yep. All right. Do you want to move fast or slow, Mask?
We are gonna go slow.
Gonna go slow. Okay. Jahal is going to move fast. Those guys are also going to move fast, so we're going to start with Jahal. Jahal cannot run fast enough to catch up with him. So Jahal, who has a flying ace, is going to first and foremost use gravitation to put a basic lashing on himself. He can then fly up to 40 feet. So you see Jahal's feet come off the ground as he flies 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He will then... Okay, so this is where I'm confused about this. While maintaining a basic lashing on yourself, fly a distance of your gravitation rate. Once during this, you can spend one focus to make a melee attack as part of the same action. Okay, so that is an action, but I have to have a basic lashing on myself. So technically, I have a basic lashing on myself. And then so if I do it again, I can attack. Okay. That's how I'm going to play that. Okay. So he is then going to target the green guy and do a regular attack. He is flying, so he doesn't have disadvantage on it. Because he has the one that I said doesn't give it. And 11 is going to miss, of course. So you guys see Jahal fly through the air. I sneezed. Fly through the air. His feet, he remains hovering off the ground, and he swings his axe at this guy here, but he misses. Still a little bit unsteady in the air, and that is his turn. He is still technically in vigilant stance, which is very good. That is going to lead us from his turn to the Axe Hound's turn. Do you want your Axe Hound to do anything?
No.
That's going to lead us to this guy, who is then going to use one of his turns to try to hit Jahal. He misses. He is then going to attempt to flee over the wall as well, and Jahal is going to get an attack against him. A natural 1, Jahal. What are you doing, dude?
Oh, no.
So this guy gets 5, 10. He gets over the wall and away from Jahal.
Shit.
This guy is going to run down behind you guys and get kind of back where you were. That is going to lead us to
the archer.
The archer's turn, who is technically in melee. I think that counts. It's 5 feet. So he is going to try to... Oh yeah, he's out of melee. He's up there. So he is going to attempt to... You know what? Jahal would be smart enough. So what I'm going to say is this guy's on the wall. Jahal would have went where he was. So he is going to get a disadvantage attack. Well, he actually already has disadvantage because Jahal has that. That's going to miss. Jahal has got a very high defense. And then as he tries to flee over the wall as well, Jahal gets free attacks because Vigilant Stance lets you just do that forever, which is why it's awesome.
Freaking cool, man.
That will hit. And you guys see this guy try to flee over the wall, and you hear of pain as this guy dies. So let me just get this token out of here. And then Jahal is actually here. Because that guy left there. This guy was up here. Jahal would have been smart enough to get in melee with both of them, knowing he could get an attack. That makes sense to me. And that leads us to your turn, Zeno. Yes, that leads us to your turn, Zeno. Zeno, you see Jahal fly across this gravel area, land sort of between two people. One you can make out, one you can't. He swings his poleaxe, misses. A guy tries to run away from him. Jahal misses. The archer shoots an arrow, point blank range, doesn't get past the shield, and then as he tries to scramble up the hill, Jahal finally connects, swinging his axe down, and you hear a grunt of pain as the guy you can barely see seems to stop moving. What would you like to do?
So the other guy is up and over the wall, right?
Yep.
So I can't see him.
You can't see him. You know that he climbed, so there is a wall. This wall extends all the way up here, right? So
Okay.
he climbed over the wall on your right, up around over here.
Okay, so the only way I'm going to know the answer to my question is to go down there. So I'm going to look at the prisoner and say, "Wait here. I'll be right back."
Okay.
And I want to move right about here.
You got to move up to there?
Yep.
Okay. You can get, you have 25 feet, right?
Yep.
Okay. You can get about to the edge of the tent. You can get there.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Okay. So you can get about there.
And I still can't see him.
Nope.
So he's gone. Why are we still in combat?
Because we still have turns to do.
You have two actions left.
Can I climb the wall?
No,
No, because I've already used all my movement.
I think you can move. Hold on. Let me double check this. I think the only thing I've said is you can't do the same attack action twice. But let me double check because I think you can move more than once. Let me
Kind of like a dash, essentially.
yeah, I think that works. Let me just make sure. Combat 301. Gotta get. I love having a physical book, but I gotta find all the pages then. Actions marked can only be used on your turn in combat, and each named action can only be used once per turn unless stated otherwise. The same applies to actions from talents and other effects, regardless of those given to a specific name. Some actions may be taken more than others. Each action in this book may take more than others. Okay, let me look at move. You can move the move action more than once per turn.
Okay. I'd like to climb up the wall.
Okay.
After that dude.
So what I'm going to say is it takes 20 feet of movement to get over the wall.
Okay.
So you go 10, 25.
Okay.
Why is there no... Okay. This is not configured properly. I am going to remove this. You do not see the rest of this map, okay?
Okay.
Fair enough.
That's not what I want. Oh, I have to do it this way. There we go. Do you see the whole map now?
I do.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Why
you
is
do
he
not-
grayed out?
He's grayed out because for some reason they have invisible walls in the wrong spots.
Okay.
So they have this set up improperly. This is a pre-built thing. They have it set up improperly. And I didn't know. I thought all of these trenches would be cut out, but they're not. You, AK, you now see this entire trench. You, Mask, do not. And you do not see either of these.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. AK, you crest over this hill and you see this guy who is sliding down the other side, and he falls into the bottom of this pit. You now have one action left.
Okay, so trying to think back. I fired. No, I moved. I fired. Okay, so I may be wrong on how to do this, but I want to try. I'm dying to try this.
Okay.
He's within 60 feet of me, right? Yeah.
He is, yes.
Okay, so I want to spend an investiture, and I want to use Stone Spear on him.
You cannot.
Why?
Because you have 3 actions, and you use 2 of them to move. So you have 1 action left, and it takes 2 actions to do Stone Spear.
Did it? Because I was trying to think. Oh, because moving isn't an action.
Yep, you can move. So you moved from behind the wall you made over here up to here, and then you moved again to get over the wall.
Right. Okay. I was just thinking back to my previous turn where I moved up, fired an arrow, and raised a wall.
Yep.
So yeah. Okay. So now that I've already moved, okay. Well, then I guess I'm going to shoot an arrow at him.
You can go ahead and shoot an arrow. So target him and shoot your arrow, my guy.
It's going to be extra hard too because I'm pissed I can't use a Stone Spear on him.
You're going to imagine that the arrow is made of stone. You're so angry that you shoot the rock because you don't want to kill him with the bow. You want to kill him with the stone spear. So you're not going to you shoot it in the ground intentionally to raise some stones so that you can shoot the stones at him. Okay, and that is your turn, Zeno. That leads us to you, Ash. Ash, you see Jahal fly, make a bunch of melee attacks, miss most of them, but hit one of them. You then see Zeno rush up to here, scramble over the wall, and you hear him just cursing about how he can't throw stones at people yet, and he really, really wants to.
I guess I will. Do I join up there or do I not? Shit.
So you don't see what happened over here, of course. You know that this guy scrambled over this wall, and so did AK. But what happened over there, you don't know.
Yeah.
But he did hear me cussing.
He did hear you cussing about not being able to throw rocks at people yet.
I guess I'll probably use a lash.
A lash?
To do some floating or flying up to get up on top of here.
Okay, do you want to get up on top of here, or do you want to get over the terrain?
Like what kind of, like, is that like really narrow?
I mean, you can stand up there. But
would I still be able to see them once I get up there? I mean,
yes.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, I'd probably just get on top of there.
Okay. So do you want to use gravitation, or do you want to just climb up there?
Ooh. You know what? I'll just climb. I'll save the investor.
So you move 5, 15. We're gonna say that you get here and you use all of your movement.
Okay, that's fine.
But you are on top of this ridge. You can now see. You can now see everything in here. You see AK just stomping his feet like, I want to throw rocks. And you see this guy very wounded trying to run away.
Don't bother running. You'll just die tired.
So that's one. Do we? I can't use tagging shot. Mhm.
You have 2 actions left.
Yep.
Yep.
Telling the Axon to do something, is that an action for me, or?
I don't believe so.
That was something I probably should have asked, but I didn't think of it.
However, if your animal companion hasn't acted this round, you can use a free action to call them to act. When you do, they gain 1 or 2 actions of your choice. So no, you just make it act. It can do 1 or 2 things. Oh wait, no, it's already acted this round because you have it on fast. So yeah, you can't do that.
Okay. Because I just thought of telling the dog to protect the dude.
I will allow you to give a order of protect the prisoner, and it will do so.
Okay. I guess, I mean, can I do like a called shot? I'm assuming that would be like.
What are you doing?
Like a leg shot to drop this dude so he can't escape?
Okay, so what I will say is he's very injured. You can do a non-lethal shot that if it hits him, it will knock him unconscious instead of killing him, if it does enough damage to kill him.
Okay.
If you want to do like a called shot to try to like put him down, that would be at disadvantage. So it's up to you how you want to try to do it. Either way, it's an attack. It'll be 1 action. If you want to do a called shot for a particular leg shot, then it'll be at disadvantage. If you hit, I will give him disadvantage on movement and things like that. If it reduces him, if you just want to try to reduce him to unconscious, if it reduces him to 0 hit points, he'll be rendered unconscious as opposed to dead.
Yeah, I wanna stop him from escaping and potentially,
Okay. So you tell me what you want to do, and I will manage it.
All right. So I guess I'll do a longbow strike attack, and I will want to wound him to the point where he would be unable to escape, I guess.
Well, is it so? Are you calling out a leg shot, or are you trying to just render him unconscious?
Let's do a leg shot.
Okay, so I need you to roll an attack with disadvantage.
Disadvantage on the skill test, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Roll. Of course.
Oh no!
Of course. I do.
Because you want to question him, so I'm gonna make that opportunity hit him, and he's gonna die because I'm a dick.
Wow.
I was gonna say, didn't I roll a 20 before? Can I use my my plot die?
The 20 counteracted the natural 20 of the Parishendi trying to sneak away.
Yeah, I know. I kind of
so you shoot aiming for the leg, but you miss and you hit him in the throat, and he dies. By the way, he had 3 health left.
I just had to knock him a little bit, didn't I?
All you had to do was basically touch him, and you would have been fine.
So I could have just picked up a rock and actually threw it at him.
Probably, yes.
Okay.
You would have got your rock
dies
attack.
down here, and at this point, you guys are now out of combat.
All right, well, let's go down and talk to the guy.
Well, I'm gonna go loot some bodies because
Well,
Wonderful.
the bodies are gone.
Well, you can roll for searching. So if you want to go talk to the guy, AK, you can go talk to the guy. Jahal will come join you. Also, at this point in time, if you wish, you can re-up your investiture, as you can upgrade that each scene. All that takes is an action to breathe in some stormlight. So you can just do that out of combat. It takes 2 actions to do, so you can do it in combat too, but it takes 2 actions. It's on your character sheet.
Oh, that's cool.
Breathe Stormlight.
Yep. So I will upgrade everybody to full, so you guys have your Stormlight back as well. So, Ash, roll for me a perception check on. Well, which one do you want to go check first?
The one that I just throat shotted, I guess.
Okay. So you walk up to check this guy. 19 is a very good roll. I will say that you find. You find, let me actually put him back so I can give you his equipment if you want it. It was this guy, right? Yeah, it was this guy. So this guy's dead here. You find a side sword, you find a short bow with a 19. You find maybe like, say, 30 marks. So I'll give you, you can add 30 marks to your total.
Did he ever return the 100 I gave him?
No, but you can have him back, and that's fine.
Okay, so you want to give him back?
Yeah, give him back his 100.
Okay,
and then we'll add my 30 after. That way.
Okay, so you lose your 100 there, and you get 90. So okay, you are finished. Mask, you have yours up. AK, you are now back up to 230. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, I added yours, Mask.
Yep.
Let me change the music back to not combat music.
Probably leave the side sword.
His unfortunately in this game, equipment really isn't magical. There's no magical equipment. You are the magical equipment in this game.
Yeah. It makes sense.
So it's just a basic side sword. It's just a short bow. You have a side sword. You have a long bow. There's not any different other than I think the side sword you have is Taza.
Yeah, yes, correct.
Okay. You also find a scroll with some orders involved in it that order him and his companions to be a rear guard as Yilt and Kiana continue deeper into the valley. 1 second.
Yes, sir. I'll probably go check that other body when he gets back. I feel that's me.
Yeah, no worries.
Oh, fuck. I was waiting for it to happen. I mean, it was, I had too many 20s, 19s, 20s.
Right.
I'm like, okay, I'm due for a fuck up. Let's get this going. And then, throat shot. Oh, my bad. My problem. My bad. Makes me wonder if there's more people in those other tents that we can now see while we're up there. You know what I mean?
All right, guys. I deeply apologize, but I need to go.
Oh, okay.
There is a little bit of an emergency.
Oh no, that's fine.
Nothing life-threatening, but I do need to go handle something. So I apologize, but we will have to cut it early here.
That's
no
fine.
worries.
As far as you find a note on that guy, and it suggests that him and his companions should be a rear guard, and the note indicates that there's like 6-7 people guarding this area.
Okay.
Just so you're aware, that's what you get with the note. We will pick up next Sunday with this situation here, where you are going to interrogate the prisoner, and with a 19, I'll just say that's what you find on both guys. 30 marks.
Okay.
The note. So I apologize, guys. Thank you very much for playing.